In order to manage growth of such magnitude, air traffic service providers throughout the world must achieve new levels of performance. The CNS-ATM concept, communication, navigation, surveillance, air traffic management, which was recently defined at an international level by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, provides one approach which could be adopted to meet this need. One application of this promising concept relates to communications between pilots and controllers, which today is still based almost exclusively on the use of voice transmissions over congested radio frequencies. In the future, however, communication links will be based on digital data, which is why the French Air Navigation Directorate, the DNA, with its technical branch, the STNA, launched the CLAIRé experiment. The objective of the CLAIRé system is to enable the departure clearance supplied to the pilot before his flight to be transmitted by VHF data link rather than by voice. This results in improved working conditions for the pilots and controllers, improved quality and reliability of communications, and better air traffic flow. The successful performance of the CLAIRé system is the result of the involvement of the system users themselves. These air traffic controllers and pilots have participated in the design and development of CLAIRé from the very beginning. Ten minutes before takeoff, the pilot contacts the controller on the pre-flight frequency.
Clearance delivery, this is Air France 1392, good morning. Air France 1392 requests startup clearance to Roma destination, information Juliet.
Air France 1392.
The controller coordinates the clearance request from the pilot with the flight plan information contained in the Google system. The controller prints the strip relating to the flight, which he supplements with other information, and then reads the departure clearance to the pilot, who writes it down.
Air France 1392, startup is approved. Expect runway 10, Pernod 8 Hotel departure, squawk 7655.
Air France 1392, startup approved, runway 10.
Air France 1392, that's correct. Contact ground 1218. Goodbye.
Let's ask the users about the currently used procedure.
The cockpit workload was greater because we had to interrupt the checking of the aircraft to do the radio work and then start our check over again.
Pre-flight frequencies on big airports are congested, and sometimes we had to wait for 1 or maybe 2 minutes before talking to the ETC.
When we called clearance delivery with this information, requesting our departure route and time, well, you'd be in a lineup. There'd be several people waiting to get this clearance. Everybody would be asking at the same time, and sometimes there was confusion, and you'd have to work very hard at it and concentrate a great deal.
And many times we would have to stop for some time as the tower would be busy with other duties, and at times there would be it'd be very slow to get our clearance and being disruptive in our cockpit.
To overcome these difficulties, the DNA decided to study the feasibility of transmitting these departure clearances using a new means of ATC communication. This was the basis of the CLAIRé experiment using a VHF data link. The VHF data link enables the exchange of digital information between the ground and the aircraft over the aeronautical VHF band, using ACAR's equipment already installed in many aircraft and the CETA network on the ground to which the CLAIRé system is connected. The CLAIRé equipment itself consists of off-the-shelf products which can be rapidly connected to the flight plan processing system to provide a fully functioning one. The air traffic control procedure used with the CLAIRé system is almost identical to the normal procedure used for non-data link equipped aircraft. 12 minutes before takeoff, the pilot transmits a request for a departure clearance from his ACARS terminal.
Une demande de PDC est arrivée.
10 pour le push, au revoir.
Proposition de PDC en cours.
The CLAIRé system automatically provides the controller with a departure clearance. The controller checks it, modifies it if necessary, then validates it, which triggers its transmission to the pilot. After its reception in the aircraft, the pilot transmits an acknowledgement via the data link to the CLAIRé ground system, enabling it to automatically verify that the information received by the pilot is correct. The pre-flight controller then passes the script to the ground controller. Because of the data link, the CLAIRé system enables the passing of a departure clearance to be handled by both the pilot and the controller at their convenience, which helps to reduce their workload. The pilot can thus continue his flight preparation, while the controller is able to manage a greater amount of takeoff traffic. Let's hear what the users of the CLAIRé system think.
The good point about the PDC departure clearance is that you have less aircraft on the frequency, and if you have one trouble with one aircraft with his flight plan, for example, and you have to find his flight plan in the computer, at least you can take care of other aircraft who are asking some clearances and give the clearance to the aircraft directly without talking to him.
We just put a request into the computer, we wait very leisurely, and it comes off in a hard copy. And it's in English, and we don't have any confusion. We know it's for us. When it's time for us to go, we let ground control know that we have the hard copy of the clearance delivery.
It certainly has changed life and greatly reduces our workload. And that's really very true, especially in a two-man crew, glass cockpit environment that we have today.
There is a desynchronization between the controller and the pilot. This system avoids all misunderstanding due to the quality of the radio transmission.
This new CLAIRé system is very good for the controllers, but even for the pilots, because there is no standby on the frequency, and during the rushes, the peak time when the traffic is very hard, they have not to wait for the clearance. And with this new system, there is no misunderstanding on the radio.
Less stress, a silent cockpit, a quiet cockpit, and more time to prepare the cockpit and also the departure route.
We can see the clearance at our convenience, and it makes our cockpit preparation a much more even flowing job.
The CLAIRé system is in operational use at Charles de Gaulle, Orly, and Lyon-Satellas airports, and is to be extended to other major airports within the national territory. It will be accessible to all companies already equipped with ACARS or those who wish to acquire the system. Since its introduction in December 1992, CLAIRé has delivered thousands of clearances with a near-perfect success rate. The greatest concern of the French DNA and its technical department, the STNA, is to improve the quality of air traffic control services offered to its users. The CLAIRé system, like a number of other new systems developed by the STNA, enables new experiments to be tested. The experience gained from this will enable new technologies to be used to their full benefit, which tomorrow will provide increasingly safer air control services to be guaranteed in airspace which is becoming more and more congested.